Now our next topic is wave motion. I'm going to read out this first paragraph and then we will discuss what the wave motion is. Over here they have written waves play an important role in our daily life. It is because waves are carrier of energy and information over large distances. Leave this point because wave as carrier of energy is a detailed topic in this chapter where you can easily get to know why they have written this, that they are carrier of energy. Then the next is waves require some oscillating or vibrating source. It means that whatever the wave is, it could not be just present as it is. It requires a source. When there will be a source that will allow it to vibrate or oscillate, then the waves will be produced. Here we demonstrate the production and propagation of different waves with the help of vibratory motion of objects. Production means to produce and propagation means direction of that waves. There are different types of waves. Here they have performed two activities to discuss in detail how we can produce and what will be their direction, how will be they moving. So let's look at activity 1. What they have said, just take a tank and fill it with water. At one end take a pencil and dip it. Somewhere in the tank place a piece of paper, a cork, anything that you are comfortable with. They have placed a cork over here. So when we started dipping that tank, that water tub, we kept on dipping with equal interval of time. As a result of this, there will be number of ripples that will be formed. What are ripples? What are ripples? Ripples are small waves that are generated continuously. They could be either single wave or they could be generated continuously or series of small waves. So ripples means series of small waves. So over here ripples are produced starting from the source and then ending at the other end of the water tub. Now what will happen? First we have seen the production. We have produced the waves with the help of a pencil. Now what has happened? Due to that disturbance that we have created in the water, the pencil basically caused disturbance. As a result of that disturbance, waves are produced. It means the point that over here which is mentioned that waves require some oscillating or vibrating source. We have that vibrating source, that is pencil that we are dipping. So now what will happen? These waves, these ripples will distribute and we will see a disturbance in the cork. The cork will move up and then the cork will move down and it will remain in its position as it is. It will just remain move up and move down, and because of that, as it's vibrated along its mean position, there will be no displacement in this direction. It done vibration around its mean position, so the displacement of the cork will be 0. It just did vibration around its mean position. This is the first activity in which what we have done, we have just taken a pencil, dipped it in water tub, produced ripples that spread along the water tub. We have placed a cork and when we see the propagation of the cork, how the cork vibrated, it moved up and down along its main position. Now there is another activity, that is activity 10.2. What we have done in this activity, we have taken a rope and tied it to a fixed end. Then we have flipped it using our hand. You might have done that in your life. When you flip that, you can see a wave passing through that rope. Now what we have done, we have marked a point P on that rope. We have marked a point P on that rope. When we flipped, what happened? There is a wave that is generated that moves that P up, and then after some time there will be a movement that will be in downward, like there is a wave that is generated that is passed along that rope. Now what happened when the rope moved up from the mean position, then that part is known as crust, and when it moved down, it means that part is termed as trough. Now look at the direction of wave. This is the direction of wave. It is going in this direction, and the body is moving in this direction. Over here, look, this is the direction of the wave. And when we talk about particle P, the particle P move up and the particle P move down. Let's extend it. When we extend it, we saw that they are perpendicular to each other. So over here, the direction of that wave is perpendicular to certain point of the rope. So these are the two activities. So after these two activities, what we have concluded? We concluded that wave is a disturbance. If we look at this activity or either this, what has happened? Wave basically caused disturbance in the medium. And the disturbance in the medium is around what? It's around the mean position. I hope the point is clear that the wave has caused disturbance, and the disturbance is around its mean. Let's have a look at the definition of wave. If we are clear with the definition of wave, then we are clear with the wave motion. So a wave is a disturbance in the medium. I think you are clear with this point. What that disturbance caused? That caused the medium to undergo vibratory motion about their mean position in equal interval of time. This point is important. What we have seen in both the activities, what has happened? The wave has caused disturbance. दोनों में disturbance हुई थी. Disturbance होने की वजह से क्या हुआ? पार्टिकल जो है वो वाइब्रेट के अपनी मीन पोजीशन के गिर्द, और उनकी जो वाइब्रेशन थी वो इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम के साथ थी. इट इज़ नॉट लाइक कि जितना इंटरवल इस पॉइंट ने मूव करने में लिया उतना इसने लिया. ऑल द पार्टिकल्स हैव इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम. इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दिस कि एक का एम्पलीट्यूड ज़्यादा था, एक का दूसरे का क्रस्ट, एक का क्रस्ट ज़्यादा था या दूसरे का ट्रफ ज़्यादा था. अगर एक पॉइंट जो है वो इतने टाइम में ऊपर गया है तो नेक्स्ट भी उतने ही टाइम में ऊपर जाएगा. द टाइम इंटरवल इज सेम फॉर द बोथ वेव्स. सो दिस इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ wave. Hope you are clear. Let's read it again. A wave is a disturbance in a medium which causes the particles of the medium to undergo vibratory motion about their mean position in equal interval of time. Hope you are clear with the term wave. Now we have types of waves. How many types do we have? We have two types: mechanical waves and electromagnetic waves. Now what is the difference among them? The difference is that this mechanical waves, mechanical requires medium. The mechanical requires medium, M-E-M-E. Both require medium for their propagation. For propagation means for their movement. If there will be no medium, there will be no movement. What examples that are given? For example, water waves. Water waves require water for their medium. Sound waves, what do they require? They require air for their propagation. And then waves produced on the string and springs. These waves require string as a medium and then spring as a medium. If there will be no water, no air, no string, no spring, there will be no mechanical waves. So mechanical waves require a medium for their propagation. Then the other waves, that is electromagnetic waves. What does electro means? Electromagnetic. The word electromagnetic came from the two words, that is electric and magnetic field. So it means where there is electric and magnetic field, they do not require any medium for the propagation. If there is vacuum, no air, these waves can pass. If there will be no water wave, no water, no spring, no string, no air, they can pass through any of the area. they do not require any medium for their propagation. And their examples are radio waves, television waves, X-rays, heat, light waves. The simple example is that we can feel light energy, we can get light waves from the sun, we get heat from the sun. How they are traveling? There is no medium, there is no air in the space, because they do not require any medium, they can travel without it. So these are the waves which do not require medium. These are the two types, mechanical and electromagnetic. After definition you will give examples, and that's it. From this you can define them both.